There is a reason why sex with a narcissist feels unforgettable in the beginning and unbearable in the end. It wasn't just about pleasure, it was about power, about control, about pulling you so deep into their world that you could not tell the difference between desire and destruction. To the outside world, they may seem magnetic, seductive, even irresistible. But behind closed doors, their relationship with sex is far more disturbing than you could ever imagine. It is dehumanizing. And these are the 5 sexual secrets they would never want you to know. Because once you do, you won't look at them the same way ever again. Hi, I am Danish, a narcissistic abuse recovery professional. Welcome to my channel. Let's talk about these secrets one by one. Number 1, they are sexually fluid, but not in the way you think. When we hear the term sexual fluid, what comes to mind? We associate it with openness, freedom, or genuine exploration of one's sexuality, don't we? But in the narcissist's world, it does not come from that place. For them, sexual fluidity is not about identity, it's about utility. Many narcissists, though not all, have no real sexual preference. They have no rooted sense of sexual self. Instead, their sexual identity morphs to fit the situation. If you are a man, woman, non-binary, it does not matter. If you are younger, older, married, vulnerable, it still does not matter. If you have a hole, they will use it. Sorry, but that is how it is. If you will give them praise, they will perform for you. If you will worship them, they will become whatever you want them to be until they drain you dry. This is why their sexuality feels hollow. They're not being real. Their passion is not rooted in desire. It is shape-shifting, just like the rest of their personality. One day they are a dominant lover who takes control. The next day they are soft and submissive, pretending to need you. But it is never coming from a true place, as I said, because there is no true sexual self. That is why no matter how wild or intense the sex gets, there is always something missing. There is no depth, no soul, just a mimicry of what intimacy is supposed to look like, feel like. And yet some of you will ask, then why did it feel so intense in the beginning? Why did it feel like the best sex of my life? That is because they have practiced over and over with different bodies, different minds. They have used people like a toys in a lab to perfect their technique. They aren't in tune with their own bodies. They are in tune with yours. They study your breathing, your movements, your size, and they mirror it back until you feel seen, touched, and understood. But it's a lie. They are not connecting, are they? They are collecting what? Data, tactics, and tricks. And that brings us to secret number 2. Sex is just a performance and a distraction. You felt something when they touched you. You believed they felt it too. But the truth is, while you were melting in their arms, literally, they were just performing, acting, wearing a mask. To them, sex is a show, a tool, a means to an end. It might have felt deep and electric in the beginning, but with time you noticed the shift. The spark started to fade, the intensity dulled, the frequency dropped. You were not imagining it. They get bored real fast because unlike emotionally mature people who use sex to deepen connection, narcissists use it to distract from themselves and from their shame, also from their emptiness. Once that temporary high wears off, they lose interest. It turns into a chore, something they tolerate or weaponize when it benefits them. And for somatic sexual narcissists, the ones who are addicted to their appearance and physical pleasure, sex becomes a drug. They use it not for joy, not for love, not for connection, but to avoid the gaping hole inside of them. They will keep chasing new highs, new bodies, new kinks, but they never arrive because what they are really avoiding isn't the bedroom. It is in the mirror. It is the loneliness they do not want to face. The inadequacy they pretend isn't there. The self-loathing they try to bury under orgasms and sweat. They love how they make you feel, but they feel nothing. That's why when you are lying there after looking for eye contact, hoping for a kiss, yearning for softness, you get coldness, disconnection, sometimes even cruelty. You start to feel used and dirty plus unloved. That's not in your head. You were used and you were not loved. You were just a stage for their performance, and when the curtains close, they're gone. Before we move to number 3, here is a small announcement. After more than a year, I'm finally doing an event on how to break the trauma bond. It is not just about cutting contact, it's about understanding what is happening biochemically inside you and how to reverse it. In this event, I will walk you through 5 practical life-changing steps to help you break that trauma bond for good. The early bird prize booking is open right now. Click the I button above or the link in the description to save your spot right now. If this topic is speaking to your soul, this event is going to be a game changer. Number 3, they carry sexual shame and dysfunction, but you will be the one blamed. This is a secret wrapped in silence because narcissists do not talk about it. They bury it, but it bleeds out in your bedroom. Many narcissistic men especially carry intense shame around their sexual abilities, whether it is the size of their manhood, the ability to stay hard, or their general performance. But instead of owning it, healing it, or even speaking about it, they shift the blame onto you. They'll say, "You're the problem. Oh, you are too cold, too demanding, too nagging, too unattractive, too talking." They will accuse you of killing the vibe because you asked for more intimacy or dared to speak about something that was not about them. They won't admit that their erectile dysfunction, their premature ejaculation, their inability to orgasm has nothing to do with you. Because if they admit they are struggling with intimacy, it would threaten their entire image. And narcissists are obsessed with their image, aren't they? They would rather humiliate you than feel their own shame. So they chip away at your self-esteem, making you question if you're desirable, lovable, enough. Some of you were pushed into surgeries, diets, wild fantasies and fetishes you never wanted, just to try and reignite the spark. But the issue was never you. The issue was them, their disconnection, their shame, their fragile ego that could not handle reality. But instead of healing, what do? They project and you bleed. Number 4, they are sexual sadists and they feed off your pain. For a lot of narcissists, sex becomes a way to dominate you on the deepest level. When you are most open, most vulnerable, most emotionally raw. You may have noticed how they suddenly want to have sex right after a brutal fight, right after screaming at you, blaming you, breaking you down, when you're still crying, when your body is trembling, your breath is shallow, your spirit collapsed. That is evil. That's the evil I'm talking about. For a sadistic narcissist, the tears on your face are arousing. Your pain, your defeat, your humiliation, it gives them a high. There is something about seeing you stripped of your power that gives them theirs. It is dark, it's twisted, and most of all, it is intentional. They do not just want to sleep with you in that moment, they want to conquer you, own you, use your body to absorb the energy they just sucked out of you emotionally. That is why the intimacy after fights feels so strange, so intense, yet so violating. Because you did not really want it. You were coerced, you were pushed, guilt-tripped. You were too tired to say no, too scared to resist, too broken to fight back. And if you did resist, what did they do? They turned cold or straight away punished you, disappeared for days, or threatened to cheat, or accused you of being manipulative, of withholding. The narcissist rewrites the story so that even your body becomes something they must control. Your boundaries, they're inconvenient. Your consent, oh, that's negotiable. Your pleasure, irrelevant. What matters to them is the power dynamic. Who is on top? Who is begging? Who is surrendering? And when they see you surrender, not because of passion, but because you have given up, that is when they feel most alive. But please do not mistake this for a sexual fetish or kink. This isn't about consensual play. This is about violating you when you are weakest. This is about making love to your wounds, not your soul. And deep down, they know it. That's why they will never talk about it. That's why they will act like you wanted it. Because if they told the truth, they would have to admit they get off on breaking you. Number 5, they fantasize about others even when they are with you. You could be lying in bed next to them, baring your body and soul, and they will still be somewhere else with somebody else. In their mind, with their friend, your friend, imagining a different face, a different body, a different scenario. You can feel it, can't you? Their mental absence, that detachment, that hollow gaze, even while they are inside you, they aren't present because you are not real to them. You are a placeholder, a tool, a puppet in their private fantasy. One of the deepest, darkest secrets narcissists hide is this: they need novelty to feel aroused. Not novelty in the sense of love or connection, but novelty in the sense of objectification. They need new bodies, new power plays, new fantasies to feel in control. And once you become familiar, once you become human to them, they start dissociating. They stop engaging. They start watching porn behind your back. They start explicitly texting strangers. They start collecting fantasies like trophies. Some they act on, others they just use mentally like pornographic fuel. And when they sleep with you, they're often not thinking about you. They are imagining someone else. Sometimes it is a coworker. Sometimes it is an ex. Sometimes it's a made-up character. But rarely, almost never, is it actually you. Because seeing you would require seeing your soul, feeling real love, and that is something they cannot do. They do not want to do that, because if they truly ever saw you, they would lose control. They need control more than they need intimacy. That's why you feel like a ghost sometimes, like you are there, but not really. Like your body is being touched, but your heart is untouched. Like you are being used, but not seen. That is, again, not your imagination. That is the narcissist's reality. They're never fully with you, not emotionally, not mentally, not intimacy-wise. And the deeper your connection grows, the more they detach. Because real connection feels threatening to a narc. Real intimacy requires vulnerability. And narcissists, you know it, do not do vulnerability. They perform it, they fake it, but they do not live in it. Which one of these 5 secrets were revealed to you through your experience with them? Let me know in the comments. With that, let's bring this episode to an end. Thank you so much for listening. I will talk to you in the next one. Until then, let the healing begin and continue.